Jai Hind everyone. Welcome to the Patriotic IAS. Now we will study and analyze the major news articles and opinion of the Hindu newspaper, and we will try to know what are the area we can cover with respect to the UPSC relevance. We will start with the index that we are going to study in this newspaper. We will start with the this INS Sumitra that has been deployed into Arabian Sea. We saw that there has been the Houthi attack, and that's why we also saw there is the increase in the pirate activities in the Somalian coast of the Somalia. So we will just know about the basics because this is important with respect to the prelims as well as in the mains. You can provide some of the further point, 1 or 2 point, that how the Sumitra has deployed and how Indian Navy is providing the safeguard net security provided in the Indian Ocean, Arabian Sea. These are the example for the mains. Then we will go for the this contempt of court case that has been in the Supreme Court with respect to the Kerala state government non-implementation of the some of the direction given by the Supreme Court. So we will just study that what is the contempt of court and what are the constitutional provision with respect to the prelims and mains. Further, there has been the declaration and reiteration by the minister, union minister, that we are going to implement Citizenship Amendment Act. So we will know about the fundamentals of the citizenship. Further, we will study this the different development with the Indian neighbors, and yes, the deals, the dynamics, the change, the further engagement with our neighbor country. So we will study this. There has been a positive sign in this area. So this is important. Further, this is Humboldt Enigma. It is with respect to the diversity and the geographical climatic impact on the diversity in the different region and the different area of the world. Further, we will study about the growth and inequality. This has been covered at the editorial page. This is very comprehensive discussion. So just we will try to know that whether the growth, what is the relation between the growth and equality. Does this growth turn into the reduction in inequality? So there has been the discussion. Further, in the next topic that has been discussed with respect to the health sector, the way we are prioritizing only the curative area, we are not thinking about the preventive area like the vaccination and also the sanitation and other measure that is needed to prevent the disease itself without going to the medication. Okay, so this article will be cover that area. So this will be the part of GS paper 2 as the health sector is the part of GS paper 2. Then there has been a comprehensive discussion on the simultaneous election, and yes, we should know that what are the pros, what are the cons, what are the way forward. Is it possible? If it is possible, what should be done? And there has been this article has provided lot of report and suggestions. So we will cover under that. This is the core of GS paper 2 polity part. This is important for the prelims as well as mains. The last article that we will discuss is the improving battery technology for the speedy electric vehicle adoption. So we have seen that this lithium-ion battery, they are impacting this transportation sector. But what are the challenges it is facing as well as what are the new technological advancement in this area? So this we will try to cover. So let's start with the first news, first page. On the first page, there are a lot of news, but very few are of the relevant for us. So the first news that dominate is the Soren's untraced as the ED team visit the house. So this is the case. Here we have seen that there is the tussle between the center and the state, and the use of the ED that has been alleged by the opposition party that there has been a misuse of. So this is news that the agency official camp at the Jharkhand CM house. Then Soren sent a letter to the agency saying that this is the motivated by the political agenda, this case all. So this is all about, we don't have any relevance for the UPSC. Next news is again it is with respect to the allegation for the Tamil Nadu government that they have the anti-Hindu attitude. So, but the DGP has given a statement that this is just a false allegation because the state government of the Tamil Nadu didn't ban any telecasting or any publication of this Ram temple consecration. So this is the statement from that. But the BJP leader alleged that this Tamil Nadu government banned the telecasting of consecration of the Ram temple. This news is all about. There is nothing for us that is relevant for the UPSC. Yes, this is relevant because this is showing that how the mobilization in the support of the Hamas is going on in the Yemen, and the capital of Yemen is the Shana. You should remember these two things. Shana is the capital of the Yemen, and let's see just for our recap, where is the Yemen? This is Yemen, and this is the capital Sana. Okay, Shana is here. Okay. And what is the capital of Oman? It is the Muscat. Muscat is the capital of Oman. This is Muscat. So you should remember. Again, we know that this is the path so that the ships are moving and the attacks, this area that is facing the piracy and attack. So this is all about with respect to this news. Okay. So attack is going on, and Indian naval ships are providing the support and security in this area. So recent case, it is the Iranian flagged fishing vessel Iman, and Iranian, despite it was not Houthi attack, it was the pirate attack, and it is from the Somalian coast, Somalian region. And it is the INS Sumitra from the India that provided it the support and the rescue. We have seen that from the 2010 there was the reduction in this piracy, but due to this Houthi attack, piracy has increased in the Somalian coast and the Arabian Sea. So what are the basic features of the INS Sumitra? So you should know this. So this is the Saryu class of offshore petrol vessel, and it is developed by the Goa Shipyard Limited. So this is not that much important. You should just know that it is the Saryu class of offshore petrol vessel. And the second thing you should know, this is used for the patrolling, coastal security, and anti-piracy action. These are the. This is the INS Sumitra. You can see the picture of INS Sumitra. So this is all about for the INS Sumitra. This is example, the judge is fighting with the other judge. This is coming from the High Court of the West Bengal, and we have seen that the one judge is taking the side of ruling party in the state, one judge is taking the side of the union government. So this is going on. This is all story we already have covered. You can give this as example that how the legitimacy of Supreme Court or High Court with such infighting can decrease the legitimacy in the eyes of people and respect in the eyes of people. Next important news is with respect to this contempt of court case. Okay, so Supreme Court has released this Kerala that for disobeying the judicial order. So you should know that this contempt of court power has been given to the judiciary so that it can protect itself from the undue criticism from the people as well as from the state legislature and executive. Also, it's protect the judiciary so that it could not be pressurized whenever it is taking the decision. So it is provided to for the independence of the judiciary, and Article 129 provide this power to the Supreme Court, and Article 215 provide it for the High Court. So itself it is provided by the Supreme Court and High Court within the Constitution itself, and also the Parliament has given the power to make the law with respect to that, and Parliament has legislated the Contempt of Court Act 1971. It is it has categorized this contempt of court into the two category, the civil category, civil contempt and the criminal contempt. Okay. So what is the civil contempt? It's involved the willful disobedience of the court decree and order. Means court given some order and you are not following. In that case, the court can take cognition of it, and it can slap the contempt of the court, and there could be the further punishment. Okay. The second is that it pertains to the acts attempted to scandalize and undermine the authority or the interfering in the judicial proceeding. So there is this case, Kerala case, comes under the willful disobedience because the order was given from the Supreme Court, but Kerala government has said that the order was with respect to that you have to implement some of the SC, ST and OBCs benefits with respect to the census provided by the census 2011. But the Kerala government is stating that we don't the census of 2011 doesn't have the proper data that could be useful to take the actions with respect to the backward class list. Okay. So this plea was from the NGO and Minority Indians Planning and the Vigilance Commission Trust. This is the NGO that approached to the Supreme Court and said that the order has not been implemented by Kerala government, and that's why it's amount to the contempt of court in the civil contempt. So you should know. And one interesting this is the example of the civil this Kerala case is the example of the civil contempt and criminal contempt. Let me give you example though. This was the case against the Prashant Bhushan. He criticized the then Chief Justice of the India, and he wrote that this Chief Justice of India rides at 50 lakh motorcycle belonging to the BJP leader at Rajbhavan Nagpur without a mask and helmet. It was at the time of the COVID-19. So look, other people has mask, okay, and keeps the Supreme Court in the lockdown mode, denying the citizen the fundamental rights to the access justice. You have closed the Supreme Court, saying that there is the COVID and there is the chances of the spread of that. That's why we have closed down. But it's you itself, you are enjoying the life without any limitation, any restriction. So this was the criticism. Chief Justice of India, Babude himself take this so motto of this comment, and he initiated the contempt of court in the criminal court. But it was so much, it's become humiliating for the Supreme Court, because the case shows that you are taking a small comment on yourself, but you are not taking a critical thing that is going on. There are a lot of thousands of the cases in the Supreme Court. They are very much important. That's impacting the lakhs of people, and you are just taking the personal criticism. Even it is the petty criticism. So even the Attorney General of India advised the Supreme Court that please don't take this court. There is no merit to taking, but yes, the court, as you know, this is made by the human being, and they have some ego, and that's why in the last they saw that yes, though there is the negative light of Supreme Court. That's why they just impose 1 rupees fine on the Prashant Bhushan. So this was all about with respect to this case. So you should be clear about what is the contempt of court, what is the civil contempt, what is the criminal contempt. So this is all about. Next important news that we will take that is relevant for UPSC is this Citizenship Amendment Act. So what are the way to acquire citizenship in India? You should know there are the 5 ways to acquire the citizenship, and these are, let's see, what are this? Okay, so these are the ways. Citizenship by the birth, we can acquire the citizenship. by the birth, citizenship by the descent, citizenship by registration, and citizenship by the naturalization. So what is difference between this registration and naturalization? Both are similar. You have to stay in the India as a residence as a particular number of years, and you have to register in the both cases. But this is associated with the more specific to the person those who have the origin in India, and this naturalization is for the any person, any foreigners can apply for the naturalization. This is the main difference. Here the citizenship origin of India means you have the past origin of the India that is needed, so as per the condition. So this Constitutional Amendment Act, this Citizenship Amendment Act is mainly related to the this citizenship by the naturalization. Okay, this is the fourth way. Fifth is the citizenship by the incorporation of territory. Means India, if acquired any new territory, maybe it could be the Bangladesh, Nepal, Pakistan, or the Maldives. Just imagine, this is just hypothetical. So the citizen of Maldives will automatically become the citizen of India. This is just example. This is not nothing to do with the reality. Okay, they are the independent sovereign nation. We should respect all these things. So Citizenship Amendment Act, this talk about the citizenship by the naturalization. It gives that particular if the citizen, if the person belong to the particular religion like the Hindu, Sikh, Jain, Buddhist, Parsi and Christian, and particular area, the Bangladesh, Pakistan and Afghanistan. All three areas are the Muslim majority area. So if they belong from this area, so in the naturalization, instead of 11 years, we have made that if they are residing in India for the 5 years, we will provide the citizenship. This is the benefit. We are providing the citizenship of the other people as well. But if they are from this community and from this three, because these community are the minority in these countries and the Muslims are excluded because Muslims are in the majority in all this country, Bangladesh, Afghanistan and Pakistan, Afghanistan, Bangladesh and Pakistan. Please remember this, and you should remember this community, 6 community: Hindu, Sikhs, Jain, Buddhist, Parsi and a Christian. Just we have excluded the Muslims. That's why there is so much criticism and debate in the public domain that it is against the secularism, because India India do not discriminate on the ground of the religion, but the government support that because there is mostly in these 3 countries those minority that is being persecuted. That's why we are providing the speedy justice to them. So, and beside that, the Muslim was so much in the numbers that we cannot provide. They are in the majority. But the counter argument is that even in from the Muslim community in this country, they are facing the persecution. For example, we have seen this Rohingyas, particularly Rohingyas are based on the Myanmar, but they are also belonging from the Bangladesh as well. Leave that Rohingyas. There is the Ahmadiyas community, Sohrawardi communities. So all these Muslim communities within the Muslim sects, they are persecuted by the states. That is the logic, that you should not discriminate on the basis of the religion. You should provide it on the basis of the persecution. If in the reality some community, even it is from the Muslim, if they are being persecuted, you should provide. So this is the main tussle that is going on. You have to take a stand, government is stand that we don't have that much resources to provide that much citizenship to the refugees. So that's why to reduce this number we have excluded the Muslims. Okay. So this is all about, you should know that this Matuas community, they are from the scheduled caste. They were persecuted in the East Pakistan. Now it is the Bangladesh. So this Rajbansi community, they are also minority. So you should remember all this community. Majorly you should remember this thing about this. One more thing you should remember about the Citizenship Act is that what is the way to termination? termination of the citizenship. So there is the three main method for the termination. One is the renunciation of citizenship, second is the termination, third is the deprivation. Deprivation. Okay. So renunciation, just I am a citizen of India, I will write that I don't want to citizenship of India, submit to the government. This is just about the renunciation. I myself writing and renunciating. It doesn't matter whether I have acquired the citizenship of other country or not. That doesn't matter. Just I don't want to be citizen of India. I am writing and I am giving to the government that okay, this is not the case. So yes, this is permitted, but this is not permitted in the case of the when the war is going on. Okay, this is not the case that when war is going on and you are writing that okay, I am not the citizen of India. I am leaving the country. I have no responsibility about this country. So in that case, this renunciation doesn't apply. Please remember. Second is the termination. Termination means I have the citizenship of India. I have acquired the citizenship of India, but I am acquiring the citizenship of the other country like the Germany, England. In that case, automatically my citizenship will be terminated. Okay. So this is different. So in one I am writing, I am giving. In second case, I don't have right, but I have taken the acquisition of the citizenship of the other country. My citizenship will be terminated. So what is the deprivation? Deprivation is like we studied that there is the two method. This is the citizenship by registration, citizenship by the naturalization. You have acquired by that, and there is a lot of condition to acquire this. Okay. So you have acquired by the living in India for the particular number of the years. You are not illegal immigrant in the India. You are the legal residents in the India. All this thing is there. But you by the forged document, you showed that you have lived in the particular number of years, maybe 11 years or the 5 years. And this is the forged document, not reality. And you show that you are not illegal immigrants, but in the reality you are illegal immigrants. In that case, first the government didn't find everything is fine. They do not able to catch the forged document. They gave you the citizenship. But in the latter, when there is the any verification or other thing, and they found that yes, you are not the legal migrant of the India, residents of the India, you are illegal immigrants. In that case, they will deprive you of the citizenship. Already they have given, now they will deprive you. This is the case of the deprivation. So you should remember this thing. Next important news that we will take with respect to this election of Rajya Sabha in the 56 seats is about to held. So one thing you should know, what is the age for the membership? It is the 30 years, not the 20 years. In the case of the Lok Sabha, it is 25 years, but in the case of Rajya Sabha, it is the 30 years. And the duration of the membership, the tenure of membership is for the 6 years. You should remember. The third thing you should know, this Rajya Sabha is the permanent member, means it doesn't dissolve. It will be in continuous. For Lok Sabha, there could be the dissolution whenever there is the completion of the 5 years or there is the lack of majority with any party. No party is able to form the government, or there is the suspension by the president or the president rule or something like that. Not president rule, emergency rule in India, or there could be the resignation by the prime minister or the death of the prime minister. In that case, and no party is about to form the government. In that cases, there will be the suspension or there will be the dissolution of the Lok Sabha. But Rajya Sabha never dissolved their members. This is for the 6 years, and every second years, what happens? One third means if the seat there is 75 seats, so 25 member every year they will their membership will end, and there will be the election for the 25 members. For example, if there is the total seat is the 75 or total seat is the 300, so after every 2 years 100 members, their tenure will complete and new election for this 100 members will take place. Okay, so this is the case Third thing you should know, there is the, this is not by the first past the post system. This is by the proportional representation. Proportional proportional representation. What is mean by the proportional representation? It mean by, if this state legislature that vote for these members. This is the indirect election, not the direct election. People do not directly elect for the these members, but people elect the MLAs. MLAs elect the this Rajya Sabha members. So if there is the 100, there is the 100 MLAs in the UP or any state. Okay, just assume, and there are the 10 seats that is vacated for the Lok Sabha. So what will happen if there is the three party? BJP, it had 70 MLAs out of 100. SP, it has 20 MLAs, and BSP, it has 10 MLAs. Okay, so what will happen? This will be, the seats will be divided as per the number of proportional vote. Means if you have the 70, you can elect the 7 Rajya Sabha member. Okay, if you have 22 and if you have 10. This is not the case that first past the post system. In the first past the post system, what would have been happen? For the 100 would have been voting, and those who are getting out of more than largest number of the vote, maybe BJP is getting every time 70. So all the 10 seat would have been owned by the BJP. So in the proportional representation, all party get the seat as per their number of the proportionate number of the MLAs. Is it clear? In the normal case, what happens? There is one candidate and there is the 100 people in one constituency. If the election will happen, and if this BJP is getting 40 vote and Sappa SP is getting 30 vote, okay, and BSP is getting 30 vote. So BJP will win this seat alone. Okay, seat will go to the, this doesn't matter this 30 vote. So if like this, if there is the 10 constituency and each this BJP is getting 40 seat in each, and despite the 60, in the last you will see that out of 10, despite BJP is getting only 40%, and in the combination this SP and BSP is getting 60, but it will win because it is the first past the post system. It doesn't matter that how much percentage of vote you are getting. It is that who has the get the maximum number of the vote out of this three. So if out of this three it is 40, so all the seat it will be won by this. So in the many case we see that in the Lok Sabha election or the this Vidhan Sabha and the state legislature assembly election, you see that despite the parties getting 40% vote, it is getting out of 400 350 seats, and one other party that is getting the 29% vote only getting the 30 seat. So it is because at the every seats, the one party who is the getting the maximum vote, it has the just a slight higher number of the vote voted as compared to the other party. Is it clear? This is very conceptual thing you should understand. Next important news that we will take is with respect to the development in the Indian foreign policy. This is the in the our neighborhood. There has been the new development, as we have seen that the focus of the government has now come to the now it has shifted to the neighborhood. So we have seen that there has been the redevelopment and renegotiation with respect to the Bhutan. Here we are saying that we are discussing the Jalefu Mega Mindfulness City project, where we are discussing, we are investing for the infrastructure development so that we can provide the job opportunity and employment opportunity, as well as the opportunity to generate to enhance the economy in the Bhutan. So this is our approach with respect to this Bhutan, because we have seen that there has been the cooperation agreement with the China, with the Bhutan with respect to the demarcation of the boundary. So this is due to that the Bhutan has become very crucial because Bhutan was giving a very unilateral support to the India. There was the no relationship, no diplomatic relationship with the other countries, even the China. But now we have seen that the China is negotiating for the diplomatic relationship with the Bhutan, and Bhutan is cooperating. In such condition, India need to do something where its relationship with the special relationship with the Bhutan remain intact. Another thing we have seen that the development with the Bangladesh with the fourth time success of Sheikh Hasina to become the Prime Minister of the Bangladesh. We have seen that there is the appreciation for the support of India for the legitimacy of the Bangladesh elections. So, and we have seen that there has been a discussion on the issue of the Bangladesh-Mizoram border, because as the civil war is going in the Myanmar, and there is the dictatorship and military rule where the people are opposing. In that case, this Myanmar and India border has become a bit unstable, and in that case, Myanmar Rakhine province, there a lot of instability and violence is going on. So we are discussing with the Bangladesh with respect to this, as well as we are discussing with the Bangladesh shared the border with the Rakhine district as well. And this Rohingya refugee, they have faced the persecution in the Myanmar. So the Bangladesh want their settlement in the proper manner, repatriation into this Rakhine state province, that is the part of Myanmar. Okay, so you should know this Rakhine province is associated with the Myanmar. This is the one of the unit of the Myanmar, and Rohingya refugee belong from this Rakhine state. Okay. Sri Lanka support with respect to the recent India-Ocean conference that is going on. So new closeness with respect to the Sri Lanka we have seen. In the recently we saw that Sri Lanka was more cooperating with the China, but due to the debt trap and the economic crisis that faced recently, that has made a change in its trajectory, and now India has become a more its trusted partner. Okay. The very enthusiastic and a very energetic development that is giving a hope with respect to the India-Pakistan relations. Recently, we saw there was a totally break between the India and Pakistan relations, but we have seen that India and Pakistan, they have exchanged this assignment visa for the dozens of the diplomats. So this is positive developments, and that's why we see there could be the hope that there will be the High Commissioner, these officers will be occupied with these diplomats recently and very soon. So this is very good. All this development shows that yes, India's approach as per the India's neighborhood first policy that we are going to follow. Next important news that we will take with respect to this Humboldt Enigma, and this is with respect to the diversity across the world and how it is getting impacted by the geography and the different geographical factors such as the elevation and the temperature of the region. So there was a polymath. Polymath means the person who have worked in the many area like the geography, geology, meteorology, all this area. He has given that he has observed across the world and has brought the diversity across the different region. And he gave this Alexander von Humboldt, the name of that geographer is that. So it was in the 1769 to 1859. That was the period of Alexander von Humboldt. So it was during the colonial period. You will see that at the time of this was the time of Warren Hastings, and he died at the time of who I think the viceroy, the first viceroy. So yes, at that time it was Dalhousie, and after Dalhousie was till 1856, and after that Lord Bentinck. Okay. Yes. So yes, please verify this. So he gives the various natural phenomena across the known field of the today. Okay. So what he was of the view that a specific feature occurred on a mountain varied with the elevation. So a relationship between the temperature, altitude, humidity on one hand, and the pattern and occurrence of species and biodiversity with respect to this changing elevation, altitude, and humidity. All this was given. So the mean proportion was that the relationship with the diversity with the geography. So their own version now, they again in the present type, few of the biographers, they have collected this relationship between the diversity and geography, and they have provided this their own version of the link between the biodiversity and the mountain, and this change in the mountainous range within the very few kilometers. For example, in Himalaya, you will find all type of the species and diversity from its base to the peak. There is the change in the nature of the biodiversity and the species. So they have provided. What is this Humboldt Enigma? The word tropical area received the more energy from the sun because of the earth angle of inclination. So it is talking about the area between the Tropic of Cancer to the Tropic of Capricorn. So this is the area, this is the equator, this is Tropic of Cancer, and this is Tropic of Capricorn, Tropic of Capricorn. Okay, so this is the tropical area. Here the suns move from this end to this end in periodic manner, and mostly the sun rays this get the highest amount of the heat. So this is talking about, that's why the diversity, this primary productivity is here, is more, and that why it's facilitate the greater diversity. But the more ecological needs become the here due to this greater diversity, more ecological needs. Needs means the role of organism to play in a particular community, and this encompass both physical and environmental condition, like the way eating habit and the interaction with the other species. So this is all about the niche. So become available, creating the more complex ecosystem and greater biological diversity. This is the region here it has mentioned. But the way we find many areas outside the topic are the highly diverse. So here it has given the example. For example, this Western Ghat and the Sri Lanka that lies between the tropics. But this Eastern Himalaya, this is the outside tropics. It has more diverse as compared to the this Western Ghat has diversity, but this stone ghat has also very higher amount of diversity. So this doesn't explain the Humboldt explanation, though this is the enigma why, and it is that it here it has given the example of this poaching boards. They have the second most diversity in this area. Beside that, it has given the river board in the eastern Himalaya. They are the most diverse. So this is given the deviation from the theory given by him. What is the driver of biodiversity of this mountain? This history of the earth and its geography and the climate are main diverse. Because as there is the folding going on, the elevation of these mountains change, and as per as the diversity also changes. Here it has given the other example of the northern Andes range. So where is the Andes? These are the in the South America. Okay, so you should remember this is in the Chile, and so this area is the most diverse place in the world, and this is due to different temperature and rainfall level that support everything from the tropical evergreen biomes to the tundra biome that is found on the area where there is the very low temperature, like the mountain tops, and in the both of the poles area. They are the tundra region where the temperature doesn't support the living diverse species. So the temperature is very harsh in this tundra region. So this is all about. Next important article, that is editorial page article. It is talking about the growth mania cannot injurious to the society. Can be injurious, can be. Okay. So it is talking that there is no relationship between the growth and the equality and the prosperity of the people. If this growth is going to few of the people is benefiting most of the growth, and this is not called as the development. There is a difference between the development and growth. Development is means you are impacting the living condition of the those who are at the bottom as well. But in the India case, there is uh, a lot of cry with respect to the growth rate. Now we are going to achieve the 5 trillion, 3 trillion, 10 trillion. So this is in the context of the recent World Economic Forum summit. Here the president of this World Economic Forum has said that the India will achieve 10 trillion economy in very soon. So it is much more than our prime minister is expecting, the 5 trillion economy. He said in 2019 that by the 2024 we will achieve the 5 trillion, but still we have not reached. But yes, we are about to reach very soon. But it is telling that despite all this growth, the benefit is not reaching to the bottom community, bottom population. Relative, there is increase in their wage. Relative increase is there. For example, if they were getting the 100 rupees as their salary wage, they are getting 200 rupees now. Maybe think that it was 2019 when their wage was 100 rupees, and now in 2019, 2024 they are getting 250. But the reality, in reality, they are not. There is no increase in their real wage, because the inflation has also increased. Because in the 100 rupees, they were able to get half kg of the dal. Okay, pulse in the 40 rupees pulse, and 10 rupees of the wheat on a daily basis. Just I am counting on a daily basis, and their expenditure for the this gas was for the 20 rupees. Okay, and expenditure on the education and health was for the 30 rupees. Okay, so 30 rupees. Just take a imaginary example. And now what is happening? This has become the 80 rupees. This has become the 30 rupees. This has become the 60 rupees, and this has become the 90 rupees. So this expenditure has gone much above this. So 275 is that. So expenditure has become now this. So this 100 rupees they were able to afford more than now. This is as per this article. Okay. So they wanted to take the milk. They thought that when my income will increase, I will take the milk. I will also take sometime paneers in their vegetable, all these things. But due to their increase in that, even they are forced to cut in their previous expenditure. That is the condition. This article is talking about that. Okay. Government is not releasing the data with respect to the this inequality. So the writer is telling that we are not able to project exact data, because the government is not providing. So we have report only from the some of the NGO, like the World Inequality Report, that has mentioned that this growth has making very little difference to the income level of the poorest. Labour Bureau of India has released the rural wage rate, and the thing is that they have provided only this wage rate of the male workers, not even for the women's, and even the women's consist a large chunk of this workforce in the cultivation in the field. You must have listened this feminization of agriculture, because women are involved in the labor in the field more, as the male members has migrated to the city area. So that's why this phenomena is known as the feminization of agriculture. So despite this, the growth rate, real wage rate that has increased is only 4.6% between 2014 to 2023. And 35% of the workforce real wage have not grown since 2014. This is the data. Okay. Though there is the growth in the economy per capita, income at the bottom pyramid is not rising. Those who are at the bottom, their per capita income is not rising as per this study, this report. and also data from the labor bureau. So that's why it is taking that the this unequal, despite the growth, this unequal development is leading to the jobless growth as well as inequality, and this resulting a tussle between the those who are elite and those who are at the bottom, and that's turning into the gated community in the city area. But this is also causing the mental health disorder, violence, such type of things into the society. So this is all about. This is talking about this type of the thing. This type of the development is not desired. We need a inclusive growth where the if the growth is there, the benefit is reaching to the bottom population as well. This is all about. Next important news is with respect to the populism doesn't help public health. So it is talking about the due to the political pressure, the politician do not able to prefer where investment give a long term of the after long term the result. For example, vaccination or the sanitation, they have the not the immediate result. They will give result after 5 years, 10 years. So he is talking about due to the political pressure, the politicians have to show their success in a very immediate term that we have given such type of the medicine with the large number of the people. We have treated the dengue disease in this crores, TB disease in the this crore. That's why the politicians have to show this number in the public. That's why they are not focusing in the vaccination and other area like the sanitation, where if you will pay now, if you will invest now, it will pay you later. For example, we have a very good success in the smallpox and this polio, neonatal tetanus, measles, all this due to the vaccination and sanitation that we initiated decade back. So now the result we are getting that there is the elimination of these disease itself. So this reduce the pressure on the health infrastructure if you are going to take the preventive measure. So now we have seen that there is the cases of the swords. Political leaders often mobilize state machinery to set up immediate relief camps and at the expense of the large long-term strategies such as the vector bionics and the development of the effective vaccines. So instead of that, this paragraph is talking that more focus is on the relief camps as compared to the investing into the development of the vaccines. Okay. Other This paragraph is talking about the what has been the success story of the some of the government program. For example, Posan program has been so much in the news, and the government was talking that government was aiming under this program that they will reduce. Yes, government was talking that they will reduce this stunting in the children as well as the undernutrition, anemia, all these by the 2% by the every year. So that was the aim. But as per the recent National Family Health Survey, we have seen that there has been the increase in the this stunting from the 32.1% to the 35.5%. This has been the result. Also, we have seen that anemia prevalence has increased from the 58 to the 67% in the 16 to 59 age group, and 54 to the 59% among the age group of the this. So the implementation of these programs has not been that much effective as compared to we have seen the case of the TB as well. There has been the increase in the TB cases in 2021 as compared to the 2020, and it has been seen that is the opposite condition like in the US. We have seen that the reported case was 8,033 331 TB cases in 2022, and it was about 2.5 cases per 1 lakh persons previously. So there has been the decrease, but in India it has increased. Socioeconomic factors such as the poverty, sanitation, and overcrowding. This is the main reason of all this disease that is due to the unorganized urban housing. Okay. And behavioral change is very important in the case of the health issue. This is the creating a major challenge. So behavioral change can be achieved only with the continuous awareness program and policy and effective implementation. That's why the solution that is provided here, that what the government need to do is the preventive measure and policy formulation, community health, and the environmental health. You have to combine all these things. There should be a concerted and interlinked approach. What we need to do, this health ministry is very important as per this writer, and we need to bring this directly under the prime minister, because whenever the thing is under the prime minister, direct supervision is there, and there is the speedy implementation, or the it should be at the state level under the chief minister instead of the separate health ministry. As we have seen the case of the direct supervision of the space organization and the atomic energy department, that has been always under the prime minister. In the same case, health ministry should be put into the leadership of the prime minister and the chief ministers. So whenever there is a separation of healthcare decision making, there is always the short-term political goals. That's why it is very crucial to develop a sustainable health strategy when you can going to integrate all this thing. So this is all about in this news article. You can have the lot of point with respect to the this what are the challenges, what are the initiative government has taken, and how you can give your suggestion that we need to bring this directly under the prime minister as compared to the separate health ministry. Next important news that we will cover is with respect to this simultaneous election that is being proposed, that what are the positive, what is the pros, what is the cons, is it feasible, all that has been mentioned. So it has started that initially India has the simultaneous elections from the 1952 to the 1967, but due to the nature of this dissolution of houses, due to the majority system, parliamentary system is based on the majority. If there is the majority of the majority party who have the majority of numbers to prove that they have the more than half of the needed majority, so they will form the government. Otherwise, there is the midterm election. So that's why we started the midterm election from the 1969, and a lot of state government also saw the midterm election because of due to the change in the government, and there was the anti-Congress sentiments in the 1967 onwards and the 1969. Okay. So in 2019, for example, only 4 states now have the simultaneous election with the Lok Sabha. Okay. So this simultaneous election, the idea was proposed by the Election Commission itself in the 1982 and the Law Commission by the 1999. Okay. So what are the major hurdle that is due to the fragmented election? The first hurdle is the cost. We spend a lot of money in the this election, not only in the form of the government expenditure, but the parties expend a lot of, and the candidate spend a lot of. After that, the governance is marred, and administration become ineffective for the many areas. For example, the security forces are needed to deployed from the border area to the where the election is being held. The governance, because the lot of government scheme and the developmental projects are being halted due to the election. And yes, social cohesion also get impacted, because due to the frequent election, the campaign is on the very heated debate that's go, and many a times this is not that much sincere, because many a times the India is diverse country. Many political parties take the caste biasness or the religious biasness, and that's why they become a very much there is many a times we see that there is the hate speech and such thing is there. So all these things cause the lot of challenge. So what is the cost? As per this is the 4,000 cost for the Lok Sabha election of the 2014. So this is the official expenditure. Okay, and this 5 to 6 state election we see every years. So this this make this ministers and the party member in a permanent campaign mode, so they do not able to take the long term decisions, that they don't have to pay cost for this taking any decision. Model code of the conduct they are enforced, and they always uh, try to this halt this all the development projects, all not means most of the development project and the new initiative. Okay, so this is the all the negative impact on the fragmented elections. Okay, what are the challenge to hold the simultaneous election? This will impact the federal nature of the country. As per my case 1994, we India is as a federal nature of the state, and as per the constitution is also the federal in nature as per this verdict. Okay, so state have their unique state of issue, and if you will club it with the national election, so national issues that will overshadow the regional issue. So in the local and regional demand and regional aspiration that will be suppressed. Okay, so and it will give the national political parties more significant lead as compared to the regional party. Beside that, we have seen that even this state election, we see that there is always the campaign on the ground of the international issues, such as we saw that in the Gujarat elections or the Rajasthan election, we are talking that if the Congress or the other government will come, how it will impact the relation with the Pakistan or the China. So there is nothing to do with the state. State had no jurisdiction with respect to the foreign affairs, external affairs, totally in the domain of the union. But many a times we see that in the elections we use this international affairs whenever there is the state election is going on. So this show the negative trend of the state legislature and elections. It should not happen, because if it is the state election, the talks would be the debate, and all the campaigning should be on the basis of the state matters and the state's issue. So if it will be clubbed with the national the election of the Lok Sabha, so it will have a negative impact on the aspiration of the regional aspiration. Okay. Election is also very good to serve as the feedback. As more number of the elections are there, the politician will come to you. You will ask that this was the promise you made, why you have not completed. So it creates the pressure on the leaders that fulfill their promises. So this is the good. Okay, if the elections are held once in a 5 years, so this feedback will be not that much effective. Okay. Beside that, we need lot of constitutional amendment, because India, as per the constitutional debate, it was constitution. It is the parliamentary democracy, and there are lot of we have the duration for the house is the 5 years, but there are the dissolution of the house. We have seen that whenever there is the lack of the majority, or there is no alternative option for the forming the government, imposition of the president rule also lead to the suspension and dissolution of the state government. These are all the things. So we need to amend this article 83, article 85, 172, 174, all this talk about the duration of the Lok Sabha and the Legislative Assembly, as well as we need to amend the article 356, that is for the president rule. Okay, that is for the state emergency. Okay. So what are the suggestions given by the different commissions, such as the Law Commission in 1999, Parliamentary Standing Committee on the Postal and Public Grievance Law and Justice 2015? It has provided that what we need to do. The first thing is that the election to the Lok Sabha and nearly half of the states should be clubbed for the one cycle of the election, and it should be done in the once in a 2.2 2.5 years. Okay. The second, we should club the half of the remaining states, and then we should go for that, and it's need the amendment to the constitution again and to the representation of people act, because you need to fix the tenure. There will be the no resolution, and there will be also the no confidence motion. If there will be the no confidence motion, it should be the simultaneously there should be the, if you are going to pass a motion for the no confidence, so there should be the simultaneously you should have the proof that you have the majority to form government as well. It shouldn't be one way. You are going to just, this is not just for to the to fall of the government. It should be always constructive. No confidence motion means you have the majority, and if there will be the fall of government, simultaneously you will form a government. So this should be the proof that should be there. Okay, so duration of this if there will be the mid-term election for the members at the member level, if someone die or some got disqualified, in that case there should be the remaining, if the election is going to be held, it should be for the remaining period, and same should be for the this state election as well. Okay, this would, but if you will go for the election for the remaining period, so there will be the it will deter the MPs and MLA. Okay. By-elections are necessitated by this death and disqualification. Okay, so all we have discussed all this thing. So we have here it has given some of the example where such combined election takes place, like in the South Africa, Sweden, Germany. Like the Germany follow that they have to, if there is a lack of confidence against the German Chancellor, can only be moved by the electing a successor, not without the electing the successor. In India, first there is the no confidence motion, the government falls, and after that we go and prove the majority. It is not the simultaneous proving of your majority. Okay, so all this thing that has been mentioned again has been suggested that we can go and we can apply that. Yes, there should be the clubbing of this half of the state and half of the state for the 2.5 years, and this clubbing the by-election to be held once in years. Okay, whenever there is the disqualification or death, such election is going to be held, so it should be the club for the 1 years. Okay. Okay, so we can achieve this simultaneous election without any detrimental effect. Next important news that we will take with respect to this battery technology. You should know this. We have seen a huge potential for the battery technology now. Yes, this is the headline that improving battery technology for the speedy EV adoption. So this news article is talking about that in the future we are going for the electric vehicle and this electric technology. So for that we need, the main thing about this electrical vehicle is that it's charging capacity. It's do not need the petrol, crude oil or the gas, but it's need just a battery. So half of the cost goes to the battery, and now we are using this lithium ion battery. This is the dominating, mostly it is using. And yes, how this work? This has the two electrode. Okay, so what is the electrode anode? So this system, like the simple battery, you can think that what happens in a battery, there is the anode and cathode. Okay, so if this is the battery, just imagine there is a node and there is the cathode, and this is the wire. This electrons flow from here to here and current from here to here. Just current flow opposite to the electrons. Okay, so this is by that the electric flow from here to here, and that makes the help in the driving the vehicle. Okay, in the charging, what we do from here, the negative electron flow, and when we charge from the positive electron that is deposited here, they are forced to accumulate again here. So this is the process, this is the charging process. This is just simple demonstration of how this works. So one is the anode, one is the cathode. Okay, and this is the liquid electrolytes. That's under that we saw that there will be the recharging. Okay. So when the charging happens, so what happens? This reverse with the lithium ions being forced to travel back to the electrolyte into the anode. This is the main thing. So why this lithium is used for this electrical vehicle? Because they are the lightest solid element that we know, and they has a higher propensity to give up its electron that we need to flow of the current. So this is the main thing you should know. This is the lightest, and this provide lot of electrons, production of electrons. So what is the challenge? This is even the slow charge, because as compared to the when you have to refuel by the petrol or the diesel or the gas, CNG gas, you just take 5 minutes to 10 minutes, but this takes hours, and you have to proper charging facility. So this is absent. Okay. So yes, the life span we need to increase, and still they have the environmental concern, because whenever there is the mining of this lithium and this cobalt and nickel, so it's impact the environment as well. So these are the thing. So what we have seen, the development of this technology is the solid state lithium battery, where we this liquid electrolyte we have this liquid electrolyte we have replaced with the this solid state lithium battery. So okay, so in this liquid electrolyte use, the EV battery is highly flammable. There is the chances of the fire, and that's why we have replaced it with the heat resistant lightweight solid electrolyte, and due to this electrolyte it was highly inflammable. There is the chances of fire, and that's why we have changed with the high resistant lightweight solid electrolytes. Okay, so it will also reduce the weight of battery. So this is the improvement. Why India is a very suitable for this? Because India is suitable as India has a bright future, because we have seen that the expanding market in India, and environment support, startup friendly government policy, and successful homegrown EV companies. Okay. And that's why we also provide the fundamental research from the IITs, and also we have the government labs to resource. That's why it's provided a brighter future. So this is all about, this is with respect to the how this what is the basic technology on that this lithium batteries work, what are the challenges, what are the features of the lithium, and what are the future prospects. You should remember all these things. This is all about for the today's session. Here we will complete and conclude our session. Thank you for joining the session. All the best. Once again, Jai Hind.